In the annals of legal history, there are rare instances where ordinary individuals are thrust into extraordinary confrontations with law enforcement and emerge victorious against all odds. Picture this: an unassuming evening in 2011, and Jeff Pearson finds himself in the heart of a gripping showdown with the police. What unfolds over the next 24 hours is nothing short of legendary, a tale of unparalleled legal defense and unwavering resilience against the coercive tactics of interrogation. But what exactly happened during this remarkable encounter, and what lessons can we learn from Jeff's remarkable feat? Join us as we delve into the details, extracting invaluable insights into navigating police interrogations effectively and safeguarding our rights in the face of adversity. Don't miss out on more captivating stories like this one. Subscribe to the Untold Stories channel now. And if you enjoyed Jeff's remarkable journey, hit that like button to show your support. Understanding your rights. From the very outset of the interrogation, Jeff Pearson demonstrated a keen understanding of his legal rights, and this became the cornerstone of his approach to defending himself. Instead of passively accepting the situation, Jeff proactively questioned whether he was actually under arrest and sought clarification about the grounds for his detainment. This wasn't just a casual inquiry, it was a deliberate move to assert his rights and protect himself against any potential violations. By probing the detectives about his arrest status, Jeff was essentially laying down the gauntlet. He was saying, "I know my rights and I'm not afraid to assert them." This proactive stance set the tone for the entire interaction, signaling to the detectives that Jeff was not someone to be pushed around or intimidated. It also sent a clear message that Jeff was fully aware of the consequences of his interactions with law enforcement and was prepared to defend himself accordingly. Moreover, Jeff's insistence on clarity regarding the grounds for his arrest served another crucial purpose: it forced the detectives to justify their actions. By demanding a clear explanation, Jeff was effectively holding the detectives accountable and ensuring that they couldn't just arbitrarily detain him without cause. This level of vigilance and assertiveness not only protected Jeff's rights but also put the detectives on notice that he was not a passive bystander in the interrogation process. In essence, Jeff's proactive approach to asserting his rights was a strategic move that set the stage for the rest of the interrogation. It established him as a formidable adversary who was not afraid to challenge authority and defend himself against any potential abuses. By refusing to be intimidated and insisting on clarity and transparency, Jeff effectively leveled the playing field and ensured that his rights would be respected throughout the interrogation process. The importance of remaining silent. During the entirety of the interrogation, Jeff's unwavering dedication to remaining silent acted as a powerful defense against the detectives' relentless questioning and manipulative strategies. Despite the immense pressure applied by law enforcement, Jeff steadfastly refused to engage in conversation without the guidance of legal counsel, a choice that would later prove to be crucial in protecting his innocence. By opting to exercise his right to silence, Jeff effectively erected a barrier that prevented the detectives from capitalizing on his words or coercing him into making self-incriminating statements, thereby safeguarding his legal position. In the face of persistent interrogation tactics designed to elicit responses and admissions, Jeff's refusal to speak without legal representation demonstrated a shrewd understanding of the potential risks involved. He recognized that anything he said could be twisted or misinterpreted by the detectives to suit their narrative. By choosing silence, Jeff ensured that he did not inadvertently provide the detectives with ammunition to use against him. Moreover, Jeff's insistence on the presence of legal counsel underscored his commitment to upholding his rights and protecting himself from potential manipulation or coercion. He understood that the stakes were high and that his words could have serious consequences. By remaining silent and demanding legal representation, Jeff asserted control over the interrogation process and asserted his right to a fair and impartial legal proceeding. In essence, Jeff's steadfast commitment to silence was a strategic maneuver that allowed him to maintain control over the interrogation and protect himself from potential harm. By refusing to be drawn into conversation without legal counsel present, Jeff effectively shielded himself from the detectives' probing questions and manipulative tactics, thus preserving his innocence and safeguarding his legal standing throughout the interrogation. Recognizing manipulative techniques. As the interrogation progressed, the detectives employed a wide range of manipulative tactics in their efforts to weaken Jeff's resolve and coerce him into making self-incriminating statements. These tactics ranged from falsely claiming to possess incriminating evidence against him to offering promises of leniency in exchange for his cooperation. The detective's goal was clear: to exploit Jeff's vulnerability and undermine his defense by any means necessary. One of the primary tactics utilized by the detectives was the fabrication of incriminating evidence. They would assert that they had concrete proof of Jeff's involvement in the alleged crime, hoping to instill doubt and fear in his mind. By planting seeds of uncertainty, the detectives aimed to erode Jeff's confidence in his innocence and push him toward confession. However, Jeff remained vigilant and refused to succumb to these false assertions. His astute awareness of the detectives' deceptive tactics allowed him to see through their ploys and maintain his composure. Furthermore, the detectives attempted to manipulate Jeff by offering him promises of leniency in exchange for his cooperation. They insinuated that if he were to confess or provide incriminating information, they would be more inclined to go easy on him during the legal proceedings. This tactic is often used to exploit a suspect's fear of harsh consequences and induce them to cooperate with law enforcement. However, Jeff saw through this ruse and steadfastly refused to be swayed by false promises. He understood that his rights were non-negotiable and that any attempts to manipulate him were unacceptable. In the face of these manipulative tactics, Jeff remained resolute and composed. His awareness of the detectives' deceptive strategies allowed him to maintain his mental fortitude and resist their efforts to extract a confession through deception. By refusing to be intimidated or manipulated, Jeff demonstrated his unwavering commitment to upholding his innocence and defending his rights. In summary, the detectives' deployment of manipulative techniques was intended to undermine Jeff's defense and coerce him into self-incrimination. However, Jeff's keen awareness of these tactics enabled him to remain composed and resolute in the face of adversity. By steadfastly refusing to be manipulated, Jeff preserved his innocence and upheld his rights throughout the interrogation process. Asserting legal rights. In a crucial juncture of the interrogation, Jeff took a decisive step by invoking his constitutional right to legal representation, unequivocally requesting a lawyer. This pivotal decision marked a turning point in the interrogation, disrupting the detective's line of questioning and signaling Jeff's refusal to proceed without the presence of legal counsel. By asserting his right to counsel, Jeff effectively put a stop to any further attempts by the detectives to extract information from him. Jeff's assertiveness in requesting a lawyer was a strategic move that served to safeguard him against potential coercion or manipulation. He understood the importance of having legal guidance during such a critical juncture, recognizing that a lawyer would be able to provide him with the necessary support and protection against any unfair tactics employed by the detectives. By firmly asserting his right to legal representation, Jeff demonstrated his unwillingness to compromise on his legal protections, even in the face of intense pressure. Moreover, Jeff's decision to request a lawyer reaffirmed his steadfast commitment to upholding his constitutional rights, even in the face of adversity. In exercising his right to counsel, Jeff sent a powerful message that he would not allow his rights to be infringed upon or disregarded. His unwavering determination to assert his legal protections served as a testament to his resilience and resolve in the face of a daunting interrogation process. Overall, Jeff's unequivocal request for a lawyer was a pivotal moment that altered the course of the interrogation. By asserting his right to legal representation, Jeff effectively asserted control over the situation and protected himself against potential coercion or manipulation. His assertiveness in upholding his constitutional rights underscored his commitment to defending himself against unjust treatment and ensured that he would receive the necessary support and guidance to navigate the complexities of the interrogation process. Maintaining composure. Throughout the grueling interrogation, Jeff exhibited remarkable composure and unwavering resolve in the face of intense pressure, a testament to his inner strength and fortitude. Despite the detectives' aggressive tactics and relentless questioning, Jeff remained steadfast and composed, refusing to be rattled by their attempts to unsettle him. His calm demeanor served as a stark contrast to the detectives' aggressive approach, highlighting his confidence in the righteousness of his cause. Jeff's ability to maintain his composure under such challenging circumstances spoke volumes about his inner resilience and determination. While the detectives sought to intimidate and coerce him into submission, Jeff refused to waver, standing firm in his conviction of innocence. His composed demeanor conveyed a sense of strength and confidence, signaling to the detectives that he was not easily swayed or intimidated. Furthermore, Jeff's calm and collected demeanor served a strategic purpose in bolstering his defense against the coercive forces arrayed against him. By remaining composed, Jeff effectively shielded himself from the detectives' attempts to exploit his vulnerabilities and elicit self-incriminating statements. His steadfastness in the face of adversity demonstrated his readiness to confront the challenges ahead with unwavering resolve. In essence, Jeff's remarkable composure throughout the interrogation underscored his inner strength and resilience. By refusing to succumb to the pressure and maintaining his resolve, Jeff positioned himself as a formidable adversary against the coercive tactics employed by the detectives. His calm and collected demeanor ultimately played a crucial role in bolstering his defense and reaffirming his innocence in the face of adversity. Challenging police authority. Throughout the interrogation, Jeff boldly challenged the authority of law enforcement by steadfastly refusing to comply with their demands for information without the presence of legal counsel. His unwavering stance was a clear assertion of his rights and a direct pushback against coercive tactics employed by the detectives. By refusing to be intimidated or manipulated, Jeff demonstrated a remarkable willingness to confront unjust treatment and advocate for his own interest. Jeff's refusal to acquiesce to the demands of law enforcement disrupted the power dynamic inherent in police interrogations. Instead of passively submitting to their authority, he asserted his own agency and refused to be bullied into providing potentially self-incriminating information. This defiance not only challenged the detective's authority but also shifted the balance of power in the interrogation room, placing Jeff in a position of strength and control over his own narrative. By asserting his rights and pushing back against coercive tactics, Jeff empowered himself to safeguard his innocence and protect his legal standing. His refusal to be coerced into providing information without legal counsel present underscored his commitment to upholding his rights and ensuring a fair and just legal process. In doing so, Jeff not only defended himself against potential injustice but also asserted his autonomy and dignity in the face of adversity. In essence, Jeff's defiance in the face of law enforcement pressure was a courageous act of self-advocacy that disrupted the status quo and asserted his rights in the interrogation room. By refusing to submit to coercion and manipulation, Jeff asserted control over his own narrative and strengthened his defense against unjust treatment. His unwavering resolve served as a powerful reminder of the importance of standing up for one's rights and refusing to be silenced in the pursuit of justice. In conclusion, Jeff Pearson's interrogation footage stands as a compelling testament to the power of resilience, legal acumen, and unwavering determination in the face of adversity. How did Jeff emerge as a formidable adversary to the forces of law and order, effectively thwarting attempts to coerce a confession and safeguarding his constitutional rights? His story serves as a poignant reminder of the importance of understanding and exercising one's legal rights during interactions with law enforcement. By studying Jeff's tactics and strategies, individuals can glean invaluable insights into navigating police interrogations effectively and preserving their innocence in the face of scrutiny. So next time you find yourself in a similar situation, remember Jeff's example and assert your rights confidently.